The gate hummed softly. "Boarding soon," someone whispered. The family stood still. A stare lingered. Another passed. The father breathed slowly. The mother squeezed a small hand. Silence pressed in. No one spoke, yet everyone decided who belonged and who would need permission just to stand there that morning today. Her smile vanished. "Tickets," she said, sharper now. "Stand closer." She scanned theirs twice. "Are you sure this is your row?" A pause. Passengers looked down. Policy became suspicion. Courtesy disappeared. She turned away. Confident silence would protect her again. No one spoke, and power stayed where it felt safe. He said nothing. His jaw set hard. The kids pressed closer. Silence spread. A man coughed, then looked away. The attendant straightened. "See," she muttered. No one answered. The quiet wasn't empty. It approved her tone, her control, her belief that nothing would stop her today in this place now. The door stayed open. The pilot listened. "Enough," he said quietly. The attendant froze. He didn't raise his voice or touch the radio. He opened the door wider. "Sir," he added, calm and steady, "could you step forward?" Silence answered, and power shifted without witnesses realizing history was quietly changing. "Please look into this," she said. "I was embarrassed." The email was marked Received. Later, it was renamed Concern. Another voice wrote, "He was aggressive." A manager sighed. "These things happen." Reports stacked quietly. Forms, softened language. Difficult passenger. Emotional response. Files closed. The system remembered efficiency, not people. Each silence trained it further. No shouting was needed. Just time, just paper, just forgetting, until harm felt routine and invisible. Years passed as complaints faded into archives. Supervisors nodded. Promotions followed. And those hurt learned the cost of speaking was being labeled again and again quietly. "Good work today," the supervisor said, glancing at her clipboard. "Efficient, as always." She nodded, practiced smile in place. Behind the door, she whispered, "They should have known better." No one overheard. Later, another passenger complained. She filed it quietly. Rules were her shield, bias her tool. Praise taught her what power could feel like. Calm, untouchable. She learned to bend policy without breaking it. Silence rewarded her. Mistakes went ignored. People suffered softly, and she stayed safe. Every step in uniform reminded her, the system protects the confident, not the kind. "Ma'am, your bag." "It has to go," she said, glancing at the black woman. The woman's hand tightened on the strap. "I followed the rules," she whispered. A child shifted in his seat. "Are you sure you're in first class?" the attendant asked, not looking away. A man's voice rose slightly. "I'm allowed here." "Step aside," she snapped. A phone beeped softly. Someone! Recorded. Eyes darted. Passengers murmured. The pilot's gaze remained steady, silent. Whispers spread, and the attendant paused. Control felt thinner. He remembered years of ignoring small wrongs. Now, silence carried weight. No one moved. No one needed to. Truth hovered in the air, heavy enough to be seen without being spoken. "Do you even know the rules?" the attendant snapped, voice sharper than before. "We paid for our seats," the mother said softly, steady. "We followed every rule." The attendant's eyes flicked toward the approaching footsteps. "I'm in charge here," she muttered. A shadow filled the doorway. The mother didn't flinch. "Step aside," the pilot said quietly. Calm, precise. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't call for backup. The attendant swallowed. Confidence wavered. No one spoke. Passengers shifted, whispers fading into tension. For the first time, silence felt like accountability, not protection. The system held its breath, and Power realized it was being watched. The shadow waited. The attendant froze. Nothing had to be shouted. Truth moved quietly, unstoppable. "Step back," the chairman said quietly, voice even, carrying across the cabin. The attendant's eyes widened. I didn't mean—" "Repeat what you said," he instructed, precise, calm. It was just—" Her voice faltered, shrinking in the presence of authority she had assumed protected her. The pilot's gaze didn't move. "You meant enough to say it." Phones rose slowly, recording, instinct overriding hesitation. Around them, passengers' whispers died into silence. Everyone watched. Her shoulders slumped. The practiced smile cracked, then disappeared. I meant—" She tried again, but words failed. The chairman stayed still. No yelling, no dramatics, just listening. The pilot shifted slightly, an unspoken support, grounding dignity beside injustice. Eyes met hers in the cockpit glass, reflection small, unshielded. Silence became heavier than any argument. It pressed, revealing every microaggression, every choice previously hidden. She looked around, realizing protection was gone. Confidence borrowed, authority assumed, all expired quietly in the stillness. A subtle nod from the chairman, measured and final, confirmed it. The cabin exhaled together. History acknowledged itself. Truth no longer hid. It waited, patient, unmoving, unforgiving. "Sir, we just—" the attendant started, voice shaky, trying to regain footing. The father's eyes were steady. "We follow every rule. We pay like anyone else. That is all you needed to see." A hush spread across the cabin. Phones lowered slightly, still recording. The children stayed close, watching, silent, as if learning what dignity sounds like. The chairman cleared his throat, calm. "I apologize, not as policy, but as responsibility." No one moved. No words followed. The apology hung heavier than any argument. I didn't—" the attendant's voice faltered, hands clenching the counter. "You meant enough to say it," the pilot added softly, letting the weight of quiet truth land. She looked around. The confidence she carried, built over years, was gone. Reflection in the cockpit glass confirmed it. Small, exposed, and unprotected. The father nodded once. Children by his side, simple and final. Boarding resumed. Whispers faded. The system had not changed entirely, but cracks showed, visible and undeniable. Careers do not always end with a shout. Sometimes they dissolve in stillness, in front of witnesses. And the exposure? It would never fully fade. The television flickers silently, headlines scrolling past, each replaced by another. Corporate emails pop up, polished apologies, empty of meaning. Manuals are updated quietly, pages turned in hushed offices. Her uniform lies folded on the bed, untouched, the fabric still smelling faintly of the airline. The phone vibrates once, then again. A text glows. Is it true? She doesn't answer. Fingers hover, then retreat. Silence fills the apartment, thick and unyielding. Outside, the world moves on. The story fades, replaced by new noise. Inside, consequences linger. No reporters, no witnesses, just walls holding echoes of what's lost. Reflection has nowhere to hide. The small apartment becomes a courtroom of quiet judgment, and privilege, once loud, now exists only in absence. No fire, no spectacle, just isolation, and the weight of understanding that some endings arrive not with chaos, but with the stark truth of being left alone. The family steps onto the plane, quiet but steady. Children laugh softly, their voices filling the aisle with ease, oblivious to the weight that once hung over them. "Seats over here," the attendant murmurs, avoiding any eye contact. The father gazes out the window, hands folded lightly. "It feels lighter today," he says almost to himself. Around them, subtle changes ripple through the airline. New reporting channels, reviews, oversight committees, small, imperfect, but real. The pilot remains at the cockpit watching the door close. He says nothing. Sometimes, he thinks, justice doesn't announce itself. It listens quietly. That alone is enough. No applause, no celebration. Just a shift in who gets to move forward. Peace arrives in silence, and relief quietly follows.